Try spot in the projects I made in my office. We deep in it, bitch, burning cake in this fire. Got Carters and cafes, I'm drinking on coffee. When I hit the east, I get treated like Gandhi. Keep us my circle, these niggas get mixed. Need some more riders, I'm trying to get busy. I need some more flour, I need about 50. To find a real nigga, I fit the description. Cartier bifocals with the prescription. Know about the growing shit, I'm having wisdom. Count up at 80 by watching the Simpsons. 100 by Ben on Lamar and the Ravens. We super strong niggas, ran and Ravens. Stealing for cows, we push up and take it. Plug on deliver, he personally bring it. You need 100, then I can arrange it. Fucking on popular bitches who famous. Crib out a million with 30K vases. Before we gon' swipe, we gon' cover our faces. Slide for that bag, then it's off to the race. Before it grows, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't racing it, bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Ain't got no love for a snake to get murdered. Youngest with me, they gon' crash like a server. Them niggas throwed off, you know they berserkers. Weighing the Play-Doh, I eating a burger. Go hit the east, I get treated like Trump. Suck 30 pounds of the shrooms to the gump. Big money hit the rotunda for lunch, but the test was diamonds, you probably a flunk. Louis, New York, I get sent to the back. Exclusive drip, this is not on the rack. You smell this shit, boy, come out the vat. Used to give ball niggas shout out the sack. This shit is falling some men on these diamonds. These niggas jealous, they hate it, we shining. Shopping in Frisco, I'm 49, I'm with a thick hoe, getting saliva. They tried to kill me, but I'm a survivor. Nigga try to steal me, I'm tapping his visor. This is a Cullinan, and this not a Chrysler. I'm out in Zona with peace over Kyla. Shopping in Denver, right in the Shador. Rich nigga hit the grow house in Dior. Binary trigger gon' shoot like a fully. These niggas pussy remind me of Sookie. Before it grows, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't racing it, bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Before it grows, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't racing it, bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. You know it's crossover, every bad way over. One day to turn over, just like I'm Samuel. You know I'm Debo and these niggas too standing. You better get motion. You know it front cause it still got to do on it. Who on it deep in the west, no signal, no roaming. We growing, we cloning, we fanning, we sealing. I put a bullet in him because he stealing. Really expensive, this top shelf expensive. Come see and come with it, these Amazon hitting. These apes and these hillbillies got me so tilted. This snuck up on me, baby, now I can feel it. Got methods, but I need to check to reveal them. My bitch got a fluffy, I bought her some purse. My music too valuable, I can't give out verses. Yeah, pound after pound, resident Turks. Pick up your bitch and then take her to Turks. Matter of fact, take your bitch to the gross. By the smell leaking out, you know I got the block hot. When I catch plays, you know I got the blick out. Youngest with me, they just want a dole out. I'm car from the future, this bitch is a robot. Cross niggas over, you know I can glow track. Glock in my lap, this bitch not in the glove out. LA bitch serving me peace, she got Botox. LA bitch with the beast, kid the Griselda. How did the van go spin with the fellas? China man say he got bubbles outdoor. I just want to end on them, give me no cheap smoke. Bigger than life, nigga, I'm the machismo. Yeah, plugging them body, that pack he providing. I'm tripping, I'm driving, but fuck it, we ride it. Like fuck consequences, cause I'm on that time and I need new designer, I need me some diamonds. Out in Denver, I snatched up a load in the Bronco. This bitch from Toronto, she love my bravado. To hear her AP, I don't do no Movado. My chain is a tennis, my bitch look like Lotto. We fucking my condo, we fucking my penthouse. You not trying to condo eat, you gotta get out. I'm up in my ticket, my Zaya too flavorful. Glock with the beam, bitch, I pull up and lazy. I'm not a trick, bitch, fuck do you take me for? Big money P, no I can't wait for it. Pound after pound, resident Turks. Pick up your bitch and then take her to Turks. Matter of fact, take your bitch to the gross. By the smell leaking out, you know I got the block hot. When I catch plays, you know I got the blick out. Youngest with me, they just want a dole out. I'm car from the future, this bitch is a robot. Cross niggas over, you know I can glow track. Glock in my lap, this bitch not in the glove out. LA bitch serving me peace, she got Botox. LA bitch with the beast, kid the Griselda. How did the van go spin with the fellas? China man say he got bubbles outdoor. I just want to end on them, give me no cheap smoke. Bigger than life, nigga, I'm the machismo. Bought a little polka dot, bought a little V-Chain, bought a little Safe Moon. House got safe room, party out of Cancun. Fucking with the Coinbase Pro, got Zcash. Fucking with the Robinhood out, got a free bag. And I'm on the blockchain, burning on blockchain. Down the shit some octane. Chillin' at the house game, then I hit the trap spot just to get some bags off. 20K in the loop, down the nigga mad off. All coins in the red, I'ma get them half off. A young nigga, hit a lick, selling piece half off. I'ma go to Mars on niggas, I'ma blast off. I'ma hit 50 in the mall, I'ma cash out. Bad bitch walking around the crib with her ass out. Feds tryna plot on a nigga with a two slit. Every time you see me on the ground, I'm in a new fit. Scott made this shirt and a slim fit. Bad little vibe in the room, it's a slim thick. She just wanna bend that ass over, she gon' take this. New body Escalade, down the shit a spaceship. You ain't got at least 20K, don't say shit. Riding in the C8, damn a nigga feel great. I be at the spot selling bags on tailgate. I was on the Yamatoni Hawk talking big cake. If you get into the money, then I know you relate. Got a lot of strain, nigga. I can serve 3 states, I'ma got 2 fake. Burning on cheesecake. Let's go. She say she want a boss cause her boyfriend a cheapskate. She say she want a boss cause her boyfriend a real lame. Talking on IG Live, I be spinning real game. Rose gold, Audemars, rose and white Cuban chain. 50K solitaire, earring, screw bags. I can get a nigga like Took for a few racks. This a new flavor of the month, this a new pack. Ben spent that old damn money, these some new racks. Blueberry melon in my paper got me relapsed. Smoke a love a nigga, they be calling me to come back. Fell off for a minute, but I had to make a comeback. All I see is hate, nigga, where the fucking love at? I ain't with the bro shit, baby, I'm a rich man. I ain't feel like science, so I might pay a hit, man. Felt like Murray when I was broke in the quicksand. Quay Ryan with me with the chopper, call him stick, man. I ain't with the small time shit, call me big, man. He ain't never put no work in, he got soft hands. Pack just came and it's gone already, nigga. Got to cash out and I ain't doing no credit. Butt little punk it out, butt little detail. Party out of Stanford, with the Coinbase. Burning on blockchain, that's some octane.
Righty. All right, man. I'm back. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Come on in. Make sure you hit that like button. All right, let me get back into the swing of things, man. It's been a week. All right, how do we do this here? All right, shout out to everybody that's coming on in. Shout out to SD Walk, Cleveland in the building, J. Cole, Great Polo. Shout out to all the MGMs. David Butler, what up? Great Polo, Steven Hansen. Who else? Fat Killer, Marie, what's going on? Big Hearn, what up? Andrew Green, what up? D. Jenkins, what up, Mark? Did you ever find out about that contact information for Capstone? You got to hit me again, man. It's been a busy week, busy weekend, man. So I don't remember anything from last week or the week before that. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. You said Capstone. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me pull up my Rolodex here. Real quick, man. Where's my contacts? Hold on, my contact list. Oh man. Let's see, what is that? Give me a second here. Give me 1 second. Where did I put that lady's number? Did I put it in the notepad? Let's see. Where did I put that lady's number? I gotta look to see where I put that number, man. I'm gonna get it to you. I'll post it in the community in like a day. I'll put it in the community. I gotta find where I put that. I put it in my computer somewhere. I think. Hold on, let me see if I put it over here. A second. Yeah, let me look for it. I'm gonna have to get back to you. Interstate Screw It Up. Steven Hansen, Minneapolis in the building. What's going on? What is a good bank for small business funding? Any bank that's going to fund you the money. Have you been in business 2 years? 2 years? Have you been in business 2 years? Any bank that'll fund you with the best rate. So, any bank that'll fund you with the best rate. If you haven't been in business for 2 years, ain't no bank going to fund you. Thanks for the One Rail Connect. I have been running for them. It's a good contract with steady work. Okay. I'm glad that's working out for you. All right, man. Come on in, man. Q&A. I really didn't have nothing to talk about, man. I'm coming off my birthday. So I'm kind of, I don't really have a topic, but, I got a lot of people hit me up. It all started happening yesterday and today. A lot of people been hitting me up like, man, where the Lex live stream? We did a live stream. We did a live stream. I guess a lot of people didn't watch the end of the live stream from last week. Maybe a lot of people didn't get to the end. I said I was gonna be gone. Said I was gonna be gone for a week. I said it was my birthday coming up. I was gonna be gone. But I guess a lot of people didn't watch the end of that live stream. So all right, but I'm back, man. So let's get it in, man. I got a short period of time, man, because I'm tired, man. I ain't finna hold you. I want to go to bed. It's been a long week. You contact the lady for Pennsylvania Capstone. She doesn't do New Jersey. All right, I'm gonna see what I can do. What is the insurance cost difference of a 16 to 18 foot box truck compared to a 26 foot box truck? Is an enclosed trailer cheaper for insurance for moving? I do not need custom height. Enclosed trailer is definitely cheaper for insurance, but it's harder to maneuver. The thing with an enclosed trailer is when you book a move, more times than not, you're not gonna know the setting of the pickup or the drop off. You may have a move out that may be up a hill. It may be someone whose house is on a hill. They got a winding driveway up a hill. Or you may have to move them into a winding driveway up a hill. Or you may be in a major city where, you know, you may have to double park that thing, or you might have to back it into a like an enclosed trailer. There's a lot of people that start their moving companies with them, but from a person who's, you know, used enclosed trailers before, you know, a box truck is just a lot more manageable than an enclosed trailer. I'm just being honest with you. An enclosed trailer is cheaper, but a box truck is a lot more manageable, especially in a busy city. You know, especially in a busy city. Now, as far as the insurance is concerned, that all depends. You know, obviously the insurance is going to be cheaper for a 16 footer in comparison to a 26 footer, but a lot of variables depend on what your cost is going to be, where you live, your age, your MVR report, the year, make, and model of the truck, so on and so forth. Thank you, Big Herm. Appreciate you. Do I know where you can get a 26 foot box truck with a sleeper? I would search one, Commercial Truck Trader. I don't know offhand because I've never searched for a box truck with a sleeper. So I would look on Commercial Truck Trader for something like that. There's a company that reached out to me that wanted to advertise that builds sleepers, but I don't know if that's something that may, you know, be affordable for some people. But to find a truck with one built on, I would look on Commercial Truck Trader. That's where I would start at, as that being a specialty truck. Flight Risk says, I'm at the beginning stages, created my LLC and got a Chase bank account, but only got approved for 3K Chase Inc. card, 680 credit score. I'm at the beginning stages, just got a Chase bank account, boy, and got approved for 3K. Yeah, so you just started your business. They're not gonna give you a big limit. You're still a risk. So, you know, as time goes on, you know, they'll increase your limit. They're not gonna start you with a lot of money off the bat. What about a Sprinter van? What are my thoughts on the Sprinter van? I think a Sprinter van is a good way to go. I think it's a good way to start. I think it's an affordable way to start. The Sprinter van, if you look, the cost of vans are up. Cost of box trucks are down. So that lets you know right there where the demand is. You know, the demand is in the vans because those vehicles are moving. People that are in cargo vans aren't really complaining about economy and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you got a Sprinter van, I think you would be okay. Especially if you can't afford a box truck right now. I think a Sprinter van would be the better way to start. Looking to get my truck in April. Got 20,000. good or bad time with all the people feeling my. I think it all depends on you. It all depends on you. I think with all the people failing, that gives you more opportunity. It gives you opportunity to buy a truck at a cheaper price. I think if you come in with a plan, you execute that plan, you keep your cost low, and you keep your cost competitive, I think you can come in and be successful. It's not going to be easy. That's why you got to have a game plan. You got to have a plan um, at the initiation of you starting your business, and you have to make sure that your cost is competitive. So I think it's a good time. You know what I'm saying? I think anytime. Here's the thing. I think anytime is a good time as long as you understand what you're investing in. If you fully understand what you're investing in, then you know when you're in a good economy, you know when you're in a bad economy. You know that if you're entering in a good economy, you know that good economy is only going to last for so long and it's going to be a bad economy. So you got that in the back of your mind while you're making money in the good economy because you're stashing money away for a rainy day for the bad economy. All right. You're not, swindling your money away because you're getting paid a gazillion dollars a mile thinking it's going to last forever. All right. So if you come in during a bad economy, you understand you're coming in during a rough economy, but you're going to prepare for that as well. You're going to make sure that you come in at a low cost of entry, as low as possible. You're going to make sure that you work extremely hard. You understand that you're going to have to come in and work extremely hard due to the circumstances of the economy. You understand that people are failing, and you're going to set yourself up for success by keeping all this information that I'm telling you that you would know if you understood what you're investing in the back of your mind to prevent you from failing. So it all depends on the individual. I just did a members only live stream, and we were talking about something similar to this, but in the financial sector. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what you're investing in. You know what I'm saying? If you're investing into something, when things are bubbling, you have to understand, okay, if I invest in now, things are bubbling. Is this the top of the market? If I invest today, is the market going to come crashing down next week? Where are we at right now? If I understand that this is the bad market, okay, is this a good time to get in? Why? Because I can accumulate assets for a lot cheaper. So it all depends on your mindset. I think, here's the thing. The economy is bad. I'm still making a lot of money. When the economy is good, I'm going to make a lot of money. When things are bad, there's opportunity. When things are bad, I don't look at things being bad. I look at this as opportunity. It's all about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. So, where did I leave off at? What's a good Sprinter van? A Sprinter van. That is the van, a Mercedes Sprinter van. Sprinter is the model. Mercedes Sprinter. So that's the van. Now, if you ask me what's a good van, you got the Mercedes Sprinter, you got the Ford Transit, they got Ram ProMaster. A lot of people I don't really care for the Ram ProMaster. You got the Chevy Express. Those are your vans right there. Now, you would have to choose which one fits best. Me personally, I would recommend an extended length high roof. So that automatically X's out Chevrolet because the Express doesn't come with a high roof. So that would leave the Transit, the ProMaster, and the Sprinter. So you would have to choose from there. Let me see. Shout out to Pippi. What's going on, Pippi? I think the mafia is still in the industry, in the trucking industry, to some extent. Yeah, I think they're in the trucking industry still to some extent. Not as heavily, they're not heavily in it as they used to be back in the 70s and the 80s. I believe they're in it. I think they still are in it. I don't think they're influencing the unions and stuff like back during the Jimmy Hoffa era, but I think they have investments. Why wouldn't they? Yeah. I think here's the thing. I think the mob is more legalized now. You know, the mob is more legalized now, but they still exist. Yeah. Is Google Ads, business cards, signs for advertisement the best way to get moving jobs? I think Google Ads is going to be expensive for anybody that's starting a moving company. Google Ads can be very expensive, especially depending on the market you're in. One click could cost you $18. You know, moving ads are very expensive. They understand that it's a premium price point, right? So those ads are expensive. You know, I've ran Google Ads before in the past, and you know, the impressions are one thing, but if a person clicks on that ad and you set it up where they can call you from the ad, in my market, that click could cost me $18, $20, $22, depending on the type of day and depending on the bid and all the other stuff. So I wouldn't recommend Google Ads starting off. I would recommend Thumbtack. I mean, it's a lead generating service, and it's probably your best opportunity to get leads. You are going to have to pay for those leads. They're going to cost you depending on the size of the job. Obviously, the smaller the job, the cheaper the lead. The bigger the job, the more expensive the lead. So I would try Thumbtack. I would definitely print out some business cards. I wouldn't do any signs. If you're going to do print ad, you're better off doing digital ads. So I would purchase Facebook ad so they can run those ads on Facebook and Instagram. That way, when you set your parameters, it's targeting a specific audience. It's targeting a niche. It's targeting a consumer who is looking to move. They've either Googled a move. They've either Googled moving, or they've talked about moving. Obviously, because your phones are listening to you, so it's either mentioned moving just from conversation, phone conversation, or whatever, or it's Google moving or something similar to moving. So it's not just, you know, if you set a limit of, okay, I want to spend $100 a day on ads, and instead, okay, $100, we're gonna put you in front of 20,000 people in your city each day. It's only gonna put you in front of the people who have shown some interest recently in moving or hiring a mover. So that's better to me because it's targeting the specific consumer versus going out paying $200 or $300 for 1,000 flyers, you know, just to get 1% or less of people to actually pick them up and call you. I just think flyer distribution is prehistoric now. It's a waste of money. You might as well just pay Facebook and just, you know, find your customer, you know, your direct customer that way. You said you got approved personally for a van and registered insurance to LLC. Well, I mean, to each his own. I would, you know, I tell people to buy your vehicle through a business. If it's a business, get your vehicle through the business. And you want everything registered to the business. Everything. You don't want nothing in your personal name. So, but, you know, that's just my take. Make sure you guys come on in and hit that like button. What up, Mark? I'm running a little late. All good, all good, all good. Good evening, my colleagues in competition. Good evening, my colleagues in competition. Oh, okay, you talk to people in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Can you do relay? I'm assuming you're talking about Amazon with a minivan. No, sir. Hey, Mark, I just started using Thumbtack and I sent messages to 13 customers and didn't get a reply. Don't send messages to customers. Don't use opportunities in Thumbtack. It's going to cost you more money. Don't use opportunities. Don't use opportunities. Don't use opportunities. They'll never respond. Do not. That's a scam. Do not, that's the tab where it says opportunities, don't use it. Nobody ever responds to that. It's a reason why they're over there, right? Only, listen, the people who reach out to you directly for a quote, those are the leads that you want to pay attention to. The opportunities, don't use the opportunities tab. Just don't use it. All right, you're wasting money using opportunities. Do you have a set time for when you go live on Facebook? I used to do set times, but not anymore, man. I just go live when I feel like it. I used to do Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Then I started doing Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Whenever I feel like is when I go live now. So I don't set any times. I'm just to the point now, whenever I feel like going live. If I got something to talk about, I'll go live. If I got a topic, I'll go live. That's just where I'm at with it right now. So no, I don't have a specific time. You just gotta turn your notifications on. Hey Mark, do you think the stock market will crash in the next year or two? As far as the stock market crash, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been paying attention to crypto, because obviously we're at phase 1 of the bull market. As far as the stock market right now is healthy. A year or two, that all depends. And I really don't want to answer that question right now because I'm gonna be honest with you. My stock plays are just sitting there. I'm not really paying attention to the stock market right now because we're in the bull market for crypto. So listen, all day. That's where my eyes are at, all day over there. So I can't really answer that question. I know if Trump comes into office, it's a possibility that the stock market is going to continue to rally. That all depends. If we go to war, the stock market will definitely crash except for the war companies. I really don't want to answer that question because it's a lot going on right now that could sway the stock market the other way. There's just a lot on the horizon. But right now, the stock market is really, really healthy, and that's a good thing. Oh, I forgot about the 40. Here's the thing: if you go to Ford and you look at an Econoline and you look at a Transit, like there's really no competition. So I don't even mention the Econoline. The Econoline is similar to the Express, and I already X'd the Express out because it doesn't come with a high roof. There's no way I'm walking in the Ford and if the salesman shows me an Econoline 2500 extended length and he shows me a Transit T250 extended length high roof, I'm going with the Transit all day long. More capacity. No, I wouldn't buy an Econoline. I wouldn't even think about an Econoline. It's just Transit is a better vehicle. You want to get more bang for your buck. You want more capacity. More capacity means more money. So no, the Transit. If I go to Ford, I'm going with the Transit all day long. I got on with One Rail, but the credit score is so low, my factoring company won't deal with them. And he's suggesting is about to leave it alone. So, what? How often does One Rail pay? Don't they settle you out like once a week or once every other week? If they selling you out once a week or once every other week, why do you need to factor it? That's my question. Listen, if you guys are running Final Mile, you shouldn't be factoring. I never factored nothing, ever. If the settlement was a week or if it was 2 weeks, just wait. This is why people can't profit. Like, listen, if you don't have enough money to withstand a week or two, then you shouldn't be in business. And I'm not telling you this to you, I'm just saying it in general. If you don't have enough money to withstand a week or 2 weeks, you should not be in business. If you're running Final Mile, you should not be factoring. They doing net 30 to net 60 at one rail. Well, if they're doing net 30 to net 60, then yeah, well, you got I guess you got to factor. But if they're not working with them, then you may have to leave them alone. Let me see. What are my views on single car hauling business? I looked into it many, many moons ago. A lot of risk. And when I say risk, not like, I'm talking about as far as, with the cars. You're dealing with cars, man. So it's just something that I didn't want to cover the insurance for, and I didn't want to trust people hauling cars. So, I mean, if you're going to do it yourself and you get a single car trailer, I say go for it. But here's the thing: if you're going to get into the car hauling business, I would try to get at least a 3-car trailer. I wouldn't. A single car trailer is limiting you. I mean, you got to start from somewhere, but I think starting with a 3-car hauler would probably should be your entry point. But I think it's not a bad business. I mean, if you're doing it yourself, I say go for it. Me personally, when I looked into it, it just wasn't something I was interested in. When is the next members only investment stream? It was like 30 minutes ago. So if you missed that one, then the next one will probably be sometime this weekend, maybe. But that one is still up if you're a member. You could go watch that one. We talked about dollar cost averaging. We talked about FOMO, dollar cost averaging, and we talked about the super cycle, entry, exit points, buying the dip, stuff like that. Should I get a dedicated route for my cargo van, use gig apps? I think you should do both. I think for sure money is better than uncertain money. For sure money is better than no money. For sure money is better than uncertain money. The dedicated run in the morning is going to give you that for sure money, and then you can supplement that the rest of your day running the gigs. So I say do both. Actually, you're going to have to do both in today's time. So do both. No, I don't have my CDLs. I'm late, but I'm glad I made it. Do you have your CDL? No, I don't have a CDL. And do you think in this climate a person should start with getting their CDL? If you're going to get your CDL, I think you should be a company driver. If you're going to get your CDL, I think you should go work for a company. If you're going to get a CDL to drive a box truck, I don't really see I really don't see why you would do that. So I think if you're going to go and acquire your CDL, I would go, after you get your CDL, I would go work for a company. I think that would be the best thing to do if you're asking what should you do if you acquired your CDL. That's what I would do. So looking at the full scope of everything that's going on, that's what I would do. I wouldn't get a CDL and go get a box truck, me personally. And that's just speaking on looking at the scope of the industry. And some of my best friends, actually my best friend, he's a CDL, and these guys are making money hand over fist. It's the owner-operators that I hear complaining. The owner-operators, and it's like the roles reversed. So like, back in the day, the owner-operators with CDLs, those were the ones that were winning and, I'm an owner-operator and bragging and, I'm owner-operator. And it was the company drivers that were complaining, I'm making 29 cents a mile. Now it's the other way around. The company drivers are winning. They winning with a capital W, and it's the owner operators that are complaining. So I would definitely go drive for a company. They net 30. Yeah, if they net 30, then they got a factor. Yeah, if they net 30, then yeah, you may have to factor. You may have to factor, big dog, if your bread can't withstand that. Like if you have 17K, keep that, get CDL first, stack more, then pivot to. Listen. This is me telling you. This is me. If I were to come into CDL trucking right now, the last thing on my mind would be buying my own truck. Right now, that would be the last thing on my mind. I would be a company driver. If I got my CDL tomorrow, I would go be a company driver. I would be happy with that little $2,500 to $3,000 a week, and I'll be fine with that. Now, this is in my market. I can't speak for a CDL, and this is local. This is local in my market. I can't speak for every other market. I'm telling you what I would do. I don't know where you live at. But even if I lived in somewhere else that it wasn't a booming trucking market, I still probably wouldn't go buy my own rig. I'd probably just be a company driver. The cost of running that vehicle are extremely high now. And the rates kind of don't reflect what the cost of operation are. So I wouldn't set myself up like that. Now, maybe some people that may disagree, but that's what I would do. Class C is not a CDL. Class C is it's not a CDL. It's like a chauffeur's license or like a over 16,000 pounds license. It's not a CDL, if that's what you're asking. Shout out to Asman Roland. What's going on? I'm in Tampa, Florida. You think it's a good idea to have 2 to 3 days of a dedicated freight run and 3 days of moving jobs booked? Well, first thing, if you're talking about dedicated freight, in what aspect? If you're talking like local, curbside, it's going to be very rare that you find a contract. If you're talking local, like curbside, that's going to run 2 to 3 days. Usually those contracts run somewhere between 5 and 7 days. So that's one. Here's the thing, moving during the moving season, if you're really good and you really know how to market yourself, your truck can move 7 days a week. You know, you got a 26-foot box truck, depending on your market, you're doing 3, 4, 5 bedroom home moves. You're making thousands of dollars a day. The last thing you're gonna be thinking about is going to do a dedicated run when you can be making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day moving in your box truck. You know, so Tampa, Florida, and that's another thing. I could be wrong, but I don't know what the volume would be like in Tampa, Florida for moving. Tampa, Florida is kind of like a retirement place. It might not be not saying people aren't moving, but you might not see a lot of volume like you see in like New York, Chicago, LA, places like that. So if I were you, I would do a market analysis. I would do a real deep dive analysis of the market, see how many moves, during a busy moving season. And I would make a decision one way or the other. I just don't think I just don't think, those two lanes is flexible enough to do what you're asking. 2 to 3 days of dedicated, and then moving the rest of the days. Most dedicated runs are 5 to 7 days. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, most dedicated routes are somewhere between 5 to 7 days, depending on the contract. So, shout out to Devontae. What's going on? Right, Class C ain't a CDL. Class C is like over 14,000, over 16,000 pounds, something like that. It's not a CDL. So it's like a chauffeur's license. So it's not a CDL. It's what's considered a non-CDL. Hold on. Right, I was right. So here in my state, it's a single vehicle with a gross vehicle weight of at least 16,000 pounds, but less than 26. So it's in between 16 and 26,001 pounds. So if you got like let's say a box truck that weighs over 16,000 pounds, let's say like a 20 footer or 18 footer, let's say, then you would need a Class C license to drive it. I actually had a Class C. I let it go because I didn't feel like taking a test again. But yeah, that's what a Class C is. It's not a CDL license. It's a non-CDL. It's you need it to drive a vehicle that's between 16 and 26,000 pounds. So, who was that asking that question? That was 24K Roses. Yeah. So now that I know that we're not talking about a Class B or a Class A, if I were you, I would continue to study the market. Well, I guess I got to look at your question again now. So since you're talking about a Class C and not a Class A or a Class B, do I think it's a good time to get it? I'm going to answer it the same way I answered the guys earlier. You probably wasn't here. I think that all depends on you. There's people making it right now. I think if you came in right now, it could be good or bad depending on you. I know you should be able to buy a box truck for very cheap, which is a good thing. So that's a good thing about coming in now, right? There's a lot of competition, but that competition is rapidly decreasing, right? We see a lot of people failing, which is another good thing if you're looking to come in now. So if you were able to withstand and you came in with a low cost of entry and you had a plan and you know how to maneuver and you had all your ducks in your row and you had working capital to withstand the learning curve of the first couple months, yeah, I think right now would be a good time to come in. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely going to be difficult, but if you come in understanding what you're investing in, then how can you fail? So that all depends on you. It all depends on you. So, Mark, regular license driver 26 footer. Well, I hate to tell you, in the state of Illinois, no. If you drive a 26 footer here and the state trooper pulls you over, you got to have a Class C. That's why I had a Class C. I let my Class C go last year when I renewed my license. I really didn't need it anymore, and I didn't want to take the test. So here's how I found that out many years ago. And it was before I started my company. I was driving another truck. All right. In about 2008, and I got pulled over by an Illinois state trooper. And when he pulled me over, he opened the door. He looked on the side of open the door where you see the tire pressure and you see the gross vehicle weight. He looked at it, and he looked at my license. My license is a Class D. He wrote me a ticket. I said, "What you writing me a ticket for?" He said, "You need a C-Class license." And then he showed me. He said this vehicle is over 16,000 pounds. So any vehicle between 16,000 pounds to 26,000 pounds in the state of Illinois, you need a C-class license. So I had to go to Illinois Secretary of State. They gave me a book. I had to study it, and I had to take the test and pass it. I passed it. I went back up to the counter. She said, all right, give me a second. She gave me back a new license that still had my same picture. Instead of it saying a D, it said a C. So, yep. So here in the state of Illinois, you got to have a C class for anything that's over 16,000 pounds. Now, is it enforced? Yeah, it's enforced because it got enforced on me. Is it heavily enforced? Maybe not. Maybe not now with all the crime and stuff and the expressway shootings and stuff like that. If you go downstate Illinois, yes, enforced. Coming through Chicago, not so much. But now for other states, I don't know. But here in the state of Illinois, you got to have a Class C. You got to have a Class C. When I had my warehouse, right? We used to rent U-Hauls on the side, right, for extra income, right? And I would have people that would come rent the 26-foot U-Hauls to take them to the Secretary of State to take the test for the Class C. They would just rent the U-Haul to go up to the Secretary of State on 99th and King Drive to take the test so that they could get the Class C. So I can't speak for other states, but here you got to have a Class C. Do you know anything about pre-emission trucks or mechanical diesels? Pre-emissions trucks? Well, another thing, state of Illinois, trucks are exempt. So, not really. When I started building my fleet back in the day, I would get the notice to go to, I don't even know if this is the question you asking, because I really don't know too much about emissions. All I know is that as I was building my fleet up, every time I buy a new truck, I would get the letter to come do the emissions. I would go to the emissions, I'd pull up, and they would write me an exemption. I would never get again. So I don't know anything about emissions at all, except when it's time for me to go do it for my personal vehicles, I go do it. Robert Whitehead. Wait, hold on. Wait, are y'all talking about this class? What are y'all talking about? You say even if you're passing through, listen, that all depends on the state trooper. I don't know. I've never passed through Illinois as a out of towner. So I just know here you need a Class C. So for anything 16 to 26,000 pounds. So I can't answer for passing through because I've never passed through as an out of towner. But here, as you can see, I'll just show it to you guys. Now this is my state. All right. I'm not privy to other states. All right. So this is my state. Class C, single vehicle with gross vehicle weight rating of at least 16,000 pounds, but less than 26,000 pounds. And I did get a ticket for this many, many moons ago. All right, Class D is our regular license, which is less than 16,000 pounds. Once you pass 16,001 pounds, then you got to go up to a Class C if the vehicle is under 26. So yes, a 26-footer here in the state of Illinois, you need a Class C license. Hey, Mark, can you please recommend a specialist to help me with completing the Household Goods Authority or someone who can help with maintenance program? Completing what for the Household Goods Authority? talking about locally, on the local level, on the federal level? On the federal level, when you apply for your MC, you just check the household goods box. You have to pay another $300. On the local level, it can be different from state to state. So what state do you live in? Some states are tough. It's tough to get a moving license. It's really tough here. I know I've mentioned it before, but here, where are you from? Here. So this is the process. I mentioned it before, so pardon me if you heard this before. And it's similar in Texas. So here, to become a licensed mover, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to the Illinois Commerce Commission website, download the application, fill it out, mail it in. When you mail it in, you need to mail in a check for $900. All right, the application is $900. You send them the check for $900 and you wait. They're going to send you a letter. It's going to say, all right, we got your check. We got your application. We're giving you a hearing date. Your hearing date is going to be April 1st. All right. So you need to come to the court in Des Plaines, Illinois for your hearing. Right. But before you come, we need you to post your hearing date in the state newspaper. So you have to take out an ad in the state newspaper and say, me, Mark, I'm starting Marco Polo Movers Incorporated, and I have a hearing date with Judge Lubin at the Illinois Commerce Commission court building in Des Plaines, Illinois, April 1st at 9 a.m. in room 101, right? Now, what this does is it gives any other moving companies the heads up that a new person is looking to start a moving company, which is more competition, and it gives them an opportunity to come to that hearing to object you getting a license for any reason, right? So April 1st shows up, you go, no one objects, all right? The judge looks at you, he talks to you, he makes sure that you're capable, willing, and fit to run a moving company. He grants you a permit, a 1-year permit. You still don't got your license, so you got to run off that permit for a year. Within that year, you can't have any occurrences. You can't do any dumb shit. You can't do nothing stupid. Any occurrences, you still got to go back a year later. You got to go back in front of that judge. You go back in front of the judge a year later. If everything checks out, you don't have any occurrences, the judge will grant you your license. All right. Obviously, you got to pay some money to the Illinois Commerce Commission, so on and so forth. But that's the process here. It's similar in Texas and some other places. So I need to know where you're stuck at as far as getting your moving company license. Is it on a local level, state level rather, or federal level? Do I think the price of cargo vans will go down in the next few months? No. We're coming on busy season. Of course not. Here's the thing. Cargo vans have always held their value, right? Used cargo vans have always held their value. I purchased one cargo van. I was looking for a used cargo van at the time. The reason why I ended up purchasing a new cargo van, because the new cargo van was $6,000 more than what the used cargo vans were going for. I was looking at cargo vans that were 4 or 5 years old with 175,000 miles at that particular time that were going for $22,000, $23,000. And the new cargo van at that particular time was $28,000 with a $5,000 rebate. So I opted for the new cargo van. So I said that to say this. Cargo vans hold their value really, really well. All right. So now when you add inflation on and demand, back when I bought a cargo van, there was no gig economy. There was no flex and no Mothership and Curie and Roadie and GoShare. There was none of this stuff. None of this stuff existed. Now there's a lane specifically for cargo vans for people to make and earn their own income. You have Amazon. Amazon was nowhere near where it is today. So you got Flex and all this stuff. people were actually still going, buying their own groceries, picking their own apples and oranges, going to the stores, buying their own stuff. Now you got people shopping from home. So vans are a hot commodity because a lot of people that purchase vans, they get into business of delivering essentials. As long as essentials will exist, there's going to be a demand for vans in the type of world that we live in today, where everyone's getting everything delivered to them. So that demand is not going anywhere anytime soon. So no, vans are not going to go down at all. You said it's the same as up there. You talking about for the what are you talking about? Oh, if you local in Illinois, then I just told you to play. That's what you got to do. You got to go to the Illinois Commerce Commission website. You got to download the application, fill it out, send them a check. It was $900 when I applied back in the day. I don't know how much it is now. Let's see. It might be more now. Hold on one second. Let's see. Nope. They changed the website. Hold on. Public carrier certificate. Oh, also you need to get your ICC, so you do need to get your public carrier certificate here too, and your cab card application for the state of Illinois. Let me see. Hold on, I'm finna show you. Hold on. Change the website. Give me a second. Hold on. Where's the annual report? Annual report. Oh. I'm finna share my screen. All right, so you gotta go to the ICC website. You do want to get the handbook. Right here. Application for Household Goods Authority, state of Illinois. It's still $900, as you see right here. So it's still $900. Make sure you send your $900. Listen, it's non-refundable. It's non-refundable. So if the professionals or New City Moving or one of these guys show up and say, I object, I don't want Vitaly to start a moving company because the market is over flooded, whatever. You ain't gonna get that $900 back, sir. So you got to fill out this application. It's still $900. It was $900 when I applied back in the day. You're gonna mail it in, right? You're gonna mail it in. You got to fill all this out, and you got to have a truck already. That's another thing I forgot to mention. You got to have a truck already, big dog. Illinois is tough, man. You know, this is a rough state, man. Send your check in with your $900. Oh, then you gotta hold on. You gotta make sure you post it in the state newspaper too. Don't forget, you gotta post it in the state newspaper. So you gotta get your hearing. So make sure you post it in the state newspaper, and then you get your application for your hearing date. But wait till you mail that in, and then they'll send it back to you, and then you'll go through the rest of the process. All right, so I just broke it down for you, man. It ain't that hard, man. It ain't that hard. No way, Jose. Well, international ranks the worst on my list. I think if you go with a Freightliner or a Hino, you'll be okay. Just make sure if you go with a Hino, you can get it serviced. You know, a lot of places you go to, if they don't have the software to diagnose it, they won't service it. So just make sure that, you know, if you're working local, depending on where you live at, there's some place where you can get it serviced at. If not, then go with a Freightliner. You said they're all high and it's difficult to find one for an affordable price. That's why I'm considering getting my CDLs. Well, Class C is not a CDL if that's what you're still talking about. CDL is a Class A or a Class B. You said I was coming home from Utah today and I saw the video with Natasha. Man, I hope you see how much effort you got to apply when you're the boss. No cakewalk. Stay focused. Somebody asked me that like a few weeks ago. I've heard about it. I've seen the news titles about the law, but I haven't really looked into it because it doesn't affect me directly. But hold on, let me look. Gig laws. What you say is happening? Gig laws in March. Let's see what you're talking about because you like the second or third person to ask me that. Is this a state thing? Is this where do you live at? Do you live in California? I think that's in California. Are you in California? New labor laws, tighten worker classification standards. Won't be affected. It says New York. The Biden administration enacted a new labor rule Tuesday that aims to prevent the misclassification of workers as independent contractors, a step that could bolster both legal protections and compensation for millions in the U.S. Major app-based platforms, including Uber and Lyft and DoorDash, expressed confidence that the new rule would not force them to reclassify their gig drivers. But business groups warn that rules create uncertainty for employers, and much depends on how the labor. So where are you at? You in PA? So what this looks like, it's a rule to tighten up misclassification. If you're not being misclassified, then you should be fine. I think this is aimed more towards employers more so than independent contractors. If you're doing a gig like GoShare, Curry, Rideshare, Uber Eats, DoorDash, I would assume that they give you a 1099. So you're already classified as an independent contractor and you're utilizing your own van, your own truck, your own car, or whatever. You're the cost that is associated with running whatever gig, you're paying for that out of pocket. You're paying for the wear and tear of the vehicle, the oil changes, the fuel, the tires, the insurance, the cost of the vehicle. From what I read, this seems like this is something aimed at employers, unless it's something else. New rule to make more gig workers eligible for labor protections. Yeah. So yeah, this is just to protect you from being misclassified. But I think all these companies that you run with your cargo van or box truck, if you're running your own vehicle, you're already classified correctly. It's the people who have a box truck company that's running like 3 or 4 trucks, maybe, let's say, and they got drivers working for them and they're trying to cut corners and not pay taxes and not pay income and not pay employee taxes and not pay health insurance and social security and unemployment insurance. So they put them on a 1099, but they're assuming all the costs of running. It's their trucks. They're putting a driver in it. The driver isn't paying a lease. They're not paying for fuel. They're not paying nothing. They really should have gotten a W-4 so that they can get a W-2, but they got a W-9, right? That's misclassification. If you're utilizing your own vehicle and you're assuming all the costs associated with running said account and they gave you a W-9 when you applied for that, then you're fine. This is to protect rinky-dink business owners from misclassifying their employees. That's going to hit a lot of small business owners. The guy that doesn't want to pay unemployment insurance and shit like that. That's who that's going to target. What's going on, Najee? Why is international so bad? Because it just sucks. It sucks, man. I've never owned an international, but I've heard nothing but bad shit about international. So I can't speak to it from owning one, but it's just like what I hear about a Ram ProMaster. I never owned a Ram ProMaster, but everyone I know that owns a Ram ProMaster has had an issue with it. Powertrain issues. So if I hear something repeatedly over and over and over for years, then I'm just going to stay away from it. If you tell me the stove is hot, I'm not going to be the one who's going to go put my hand on it to see. I'm going to take your word for it if it's bad. So I'm speaking from just reading and hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, it's like a lot of people I've known that have bought those vehicles have just had bad luck with it. It's just like a Range Rover. I've never owned a Range Rover, but everybody I know that owns that has owned a Range Rover or owned a Range Rover say if you buy one, make sure you get 2. That's why I never bought a Range Rover, and if I did buy a Range Rover, I would lease it. So now Freightliner, good truck. Hino, never owned it, but heard great things about it. Right? It's a Toyota. Toyota makes good vehicles. All right. Never heard anything bad. The most I've heard bad about a Hino is one, people having a hard time finding a service center. All right. I'm in Chicago. If I was to go buy a Hino, there's like 2 or 3 Hino service centers here. Sirius Lanes, he had an issue with his Hino. I forgot what his issue was. But that's the only person I heard say they had an issue with their Hino. So, do I think it's a good time to buy a box truck for moving? Yeah. Moving season about to start in 30 days. So don't FOMO into buying a box truck because you want to think you're going to make a lot of money. You still got to market and promote the company. No one knows you exist. So, but if let's say you already have a plan, yeah, I think right now would be a great time because the busy season is about to start. You know, depending on where you're at and how long you've been in the business, you could start seeing business pick up halfway through March. But the end of March, last week of March, going to April 1st, busy season starts. All right, shout out to that super chat. We got a new member. Shout out to you. Let's see. What we got as a new member. Shout out to A to the KNA. And shout out to Patrick Williams for that super chat. Mr. Mark for a small box truck. Let's say 12 foot or so. What business model do you recommend? Definitely appreciate your help. Your content is so good. I know I should pay for it. Appreciate that super chat.
Sweet.
First, to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I wouldn't buy a 12-foot box truck. I would just buy a cargo van. To be honest with you, I buy an extended length high roof cargo van. Now I know why you're looking at a 12-foot box truck. You're trying to improvise because it's cheap. You probably can get a 12-foot box truck for under $10K. So that's why you're doing it. But if you were to go out and get it, you would do similar to what the cargo van does. Office supply, dedicated runs, gig work. Office supply, dedicated runs, and gig work. You would mirror the same blueprint that I've given out over and over and over again on the channel. If you watch the content and some of the cargo van videos I've done, or the cargo van versus box truck videos I've done, the same blueprint that I've given out for the cargo van, you just mirror that with a 12-footer. That's all you can do. That's the only thing you can do with that vehicle. It's not too much more you can do with it. Appreciate that super chat. Appreciate that. All right, man. I'm about to get out of here. Trying into business 24 hour. Appreciate that, Najee. Appreciate that. All right, you said you started filing the form. It's almost done, but you encountered difficulties filling it out at the Part 9 disclosures about the maintenance program. Man, you're gonna have to holler at me on the side, big dog. You're gonna have to holler at me on the side, big dog. Hold on, big dog. Hold on. You said what part was that? Part 9? Let's see, Part 5. Part 9. Where's that? Where is this? Part 6 disclosures. Part 6 disclosures. Part 6. Part 7. Part 7. Part 8. All right, Part 9. All right. So it's a checklist. I'm assuming you're going to be a corporation. But if I was a betting man, you probably LLC. Proof of ownership. Proof of lease. Okay, so disclosures. Response to question 7. So now you got to scroll back up to question 7. All right, where's question 7? Question 7. Does applicant Curry have a maintenance program in effect that covers the equipment specified in Part 5 of this application? I got to scroll back up to Part 5, man. Hey, man, you got me working, man. I did this shit a long time ago. Hold on for a second. Part 5. All right, so applicants, equipment, and facilities. You just put in your equipment, you list your equipment and your facility. Here's the thing. If you don't have a storage facility or you don't have a warehouse, then you have to put where you're parking. Okay, type of facility, office space only, office and warehouse only, other. You would check other. It's the facility zone for commercial use. I'm assuming if you're here in Illinois, you're going to have to park it in a truck parking place. So you would check yes. Does applicant intend to store household goods at this location? No. The equipment, do you own, lease, or to be acquired? If you don't own it yet, you have to check to be acquired. You don't have a warehouse, so you're not going to do any storage. So, does applicant intend to store household goods at this location? No. If you parking at a truck parking space, then the check is going to be yes. You're going to check other for that. You're going to check other. Scroll back down to 9. Let me see. Part 9. Excuse me. Where we leave off at? Part 9. Part 8. All right. So where do we leave off at? All right. So that's the answer for the maintenance program. If you're looking to start a household moving company, no, a Sprinter van is not good to start. What are you gonna move in a Sprinter van? Why would you start a moving company with a Sprinter van? I mean, you can do a dorm, you can move a studio, you may be able to move a junior 1-bedroom, but I wouldn't go through the hassle with the Illinois Commerce Commission to start a moving company with a Sprinter van. If you're going to start a moving company with anything, at least start it with a 16-foot box truck. At least that'll give you up to a basic 2-bedroom. I've moved people out of 1-bedroom apartments that required bigger than a 16-foot box truck. I remember moving a lady out of a 1-bedroom apartment. This lady had 200 boxes. She was a hoarder. They was neatly packed. The place was clean, but she had 200 boxes, fam. She didn't tell us this. So we sent a 16-footer. They had to make 2 trips. If we'd have known that, we would have sent a 26-footer, which would have still been overkill, but the boxes took up 3/4 of the truck. You can fill up a 16-foot truck with a 1-bedroom. So purchasing a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, going through the hassle with the Illinois Commerce Commission to start a moving company with a Sprinter van, no, I'm not even going to send you off. I'm not even going to get your hopes up. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you from a person who's ran a successful moving company for plenty of years, no. If you're going to do moves in a Sprinter van, you might as well do it under the table and pray you don't get caught by the ICC. And just do small moves, small dorms, odds and ends, small deliveries. But if you're going to become a licensed mover, if you're going to pay the fees that you have to pay to the Illinois Commerce Commission to become a licensed mover in the state of Illinois, then you're going to need a vehicle that's going to be able to take on the jobs that you need to take so that you can make money, so that you can pay the costs associated with running a licensed moving company. Your insurance is going to be extremely high. Not just because, well, you're probably like, well, man, I'm in a Mercedes. Don't matter. You're going to have workers' comp. You're doing labor-intensive work. Would you rather make $3,000 on a move or $350? With all the insurances that you're going to have to pay, a Sprinter van is for this industry, for moving, do it on the side. Don't do it licensed, because it's going to cost you to be licensed. and you're going to need the equipment to be able to pay all the costs associated with running a licensed company. The money is there, but the costs are more when you're in the moving. So if you're going to do it, do it. This is not something like how I tell people, like delayed gratification and stuff like that, and start out small. There's ways to start out small and moving. Start with a 16-footer if you're going the license route. That's starting out small, and then work your way up and then add a 26-footer to your fleet. But a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, to pay all the costs associated with being licensed, you got to make money. No. You need a truck. So that's my advice. And how the hell do I become a member of this channel? Powertrain issues is some shit. I do a lot of my own work, but don't want to do that. Yeah. Listen. Powertrain issues are serious to me. If anything else I can deal with. Powertrain, no. So if I hear anything about a powertrain or electrical issues, I stay away from it. And that's in anything, personal vehicles, commercial vehicles, anything. I always wanted a Range Rover. And if I ever do decide to buy a Range Rover, I'm going to lease it. I'll never buy it because of all the issues. So that's just how I look at anything, personal vehicles, commercial vehicles. Electrical issues, powertrain issues, stay away from them. Mark, this moving money definitely different. We did 9 moves this month. 8 moves have come from Thumbtack and 1 referral. Last 2 days, we did 3 moves for revenue, $2,050. Congratulations. Listen, I've been telling y'all that. Remember when y'all used to make fun of me 2 years ago? Oh, man, nobody want to be carrying all that. I told y'all where the money at. I told you where the money at. You're going to make money and moving. You just got to work. If you want to make some serious money, you're going to work. But you're going to make some serious money. Some serious money. Listen. I'm telling you, them 4-bedroom houses, them 5-bedroom houses, them cross countries. Listen, you call me, Mark. We need you to move. We need you to move. I got a new job in California. All right. For Mark to go to California, before we would even go look at it, it was $20,000. That's the minimum. Without even looking at it. So it's different. Listen, I've had $4,000 and $5,000 13-hour days locally on moving jobs. You got people that have big houses. 6 guys, 8 guys, 2 trucks. 13, 14 hours. You have jobs that started at 9 in the morning and ended at 1 the next morning. And all that time is on the clock. $200, $250, $300 an hour, plus truck fee, plus material costs. I had a moving job that was local. This guy moved like 1.5 miles. He had one of those old Chicago mansions, man. And his son, I'm not going to say who he is. His son's a professional ex-football player. He had one of those old mansions in Hyde Park. All the Chicago people know where Hyde Park is. Big house, huge house. It took us 3 days to move him 1 mile. And those 3 days weren't 8-hour days and stop. These days were starting at 8 o'clock and they were ending at 9, 10 o'clock. for 3 days. He's an old professor. His son's professional football player, so it was a lot of memorabilia that needed to be wrapped professionally, a lot of delicate memorabilia. By him being a professor, he lived in Hyde Park, so obviously, he's a professor at the University of Chicago. A lot of books. We probably had about maybe, and I'm not exaggerating, about 400 or 500 boxes of books. Imagine what that move costs. So yeah, moving, very lucrative. Even if you're running a 16-foot box truck and you knock out 3 one-bedrooms in a day, that's going to net you somewhere between $500 to $750. It shouldn't take you no longer than 2 to 4 hours to do a one-bedroom locally. That's going to net you somewhere between $500 to $750, depending on if it's 2 or 3 guys. So let's say it nets you $600 each job. That's $1,800 in a day. You do that 6-7 days a week. So you're not gonna, anything out of all the shit you can do in a box truck, you're gonna make your most money move. And I understand it's not cut. Everybody ain't cut out for it. So it is what it is. Just started using Thumbtack for leads and booked a job for tomorrow. Congratulations. I've noticed that Thumbtack, obviously as time goes on, companies change. They want to become profitable, right? They have to become profitable so they can IPO, and the initial investors, the VCs and the angel investors, they can get their money back, profit, right? So yeah, they've gotten a lot stricter. They've, upped their cost on leads, and I can't say they're necessarily stole for me, but what I did see when 2021, 2022 rolled around, that it was a lot more competition, and it seemed like a lot of the people that were requesting leads weren't responding. So I don't know if it was ghost leads. I don't know if they were making fake pages, but I that's just, my own thoughts. I doubt if they were doing it, but it's definitely, the leads are a lot more expensive. I remember when I first signed for Thumbtack 2016, 2017, or maybe it was 2015, the leads for moving were like $5 and $6, $7. Now, depending on what size move, if it's a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, obviously the more. I remember when I activated long distance moves, the first long distance move lead they sent me was $99. When I paid that $99 for that lead, I immediately went into the settings and turned long distance move leads off. I'm not going to be paying $99, $100, $150 for a lead and don't book it. I don't mind paying $15, $20 for a lead and don't book it. If I get 10 leads a day, I'm averaging $50 to $100 a day in leads when I was running Thumbtack. If we book 1 to 2 leads, then that will cover the cost, right? More than cover the cost. So we just had to book 1. So that's how you got to look at it. So you got to be more aggressive now because there's a lot more competition. That's another thing. It was a lot less competition back in the day. It's more competition. So you need to be more aggressive. You need to, as soon as you get a notification for a lead, you need to respond automatically. You can't wait. Back in the day, you could respond 2-3 hours later. Now you can't do it because if they send a request to 4 or 5 different people, everybody's trying to hit that person up. So now you got to hit that person up. You need to send them a message and then call them. Back in the day, they didn't give you the number to call them. It was by message. Now they're giving you the number to call them once they hit you up. Because back in the day, if the person didn't respond, when they hit you up for a lead, for a request, for a quote, when you hit them back with a quote, if they didn't read the email and respond within 48 hours, you would get a refund. So to combat that, right, they wanted to stop giving refunds. So what they did is, all right, we just going to give them the number. So look, we giving you the number now. So if they not responding to the message, now you can call them. So now you got direct contact with them, right? So everybody has direct contact. So you have to be proactive. And as soon as that lead comes through, you got to Send a message and call them immediately and sell yourself so you can close that lead. Don't worry about cost per mile doing final mile. You don't have to worry about that. You're running off percentages. You local. You don't have to worry about that. That's a OTR metric. You don't have to worry about that being local doing final mile. You doing final mile with AIT, so then you doing like Bye Bye Baby and stuff like that. Then Dick's Sporting Goods. So good luck with them, man. Good luck with AIT. They acquired Select recently, so good luck with them, man. Don't let them cheat you. Make sure you're getting compensated fairly because they some sticklers over there. Say what's up to Mike for me. Happy G-Day, Mar. I'm going to catch y'all the next one. Got to wake up. Appreciate that. Moving will always be money, hell of a fist, but you got to put that work in. Definitely got to put the work in. Thanks. Appreciate your advice and support. It's all good. Yeah, man. Get you a truck. Get you a 16-footer, big dog. Lamar Green, CPM is really a factor when it comes to final mile. Not a factor. Just focus on your percentages. Making sure you getting a good percentage at the end of the day. Make sure your margins are good. You local. CPM is a OTR metric. All right, man. All right. So, guys, I'm going to get back into the swing of things, getting back into these live streams. Probably got to do a call-in show since we didn't do one last week. So I'll probably do that tomorrow, Saturday, and then we'll start ramping back up the live streams next week. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Listen. It's a lot going on right now. It's a lot of money being made right now. So I may not be doing these live streams as often because, it's different right now. We got to pay attention to what's going on out here. So we might do maybe 1 or 2 a week. But I ain't finna be doing no overkill with these live streams right now. But we're going to make sure we get 1 or 2 a week in. And shout out to all the members. That members only live stream is up for today. If you didn't get a chance to catch it live, make sure you go over there and watch the replay. We talked about dollar cost averaging and how to play this market. Life-changing money is being made right now. Life-changing money. I know a few subscribers that have already made a significant amount of money. 5 figures. All right. So we making a lot of money, man. So shout out to all the MGM game members that are making money, that are going to make life-changing money by the end of this year. And until the next one. Peace.